What's up, YouTube? Happy Tuesday. CHF here, bringing you another episode of Coaching Handheld Football, and we are picking up where we left off yesterday, going through the money bailout plays for each scheme. I wanted to do Smash Mouth today, but I'm going to be honest, I have been struggling to find a super reliable Smash Mouth bailout play. Now, granted, Smash Mouth being run heavy probably shouldn't get into a ton of fourth and long situations, but I want to find a play that will work in that situation. So since I have not yet been able to find one, today we are going to cover the spread scheme. So guys, there are a lot of good long pass options in the spread playbook as well as play action, but I am going to favor long pass plays for the particular bailout play we're going to talk about today. And the reason being is on fourth down, when you would likely want a bailout play, a lot of times if you call play action, the defense will blitz. And if they get around with a good blitz, they can sack you. So we are going to choose the play Y cross flood. I'm going to go ahead, we'll pull up this play, we'll talk about the routes, and then I am going to, just like yesterday, hop in and show you how to run the routes to every single possible receiver. So when we look at the play, the X receiver, which is wide receiver 2, is going on a streak route. The Y receiver, which is your tight end, has an option route. So he has 3 different routes that he could potentially do. The first one being a short curl route. He can then do a short in route and a short out route. We then have wide receiver 1, which is the B receiver, on a deep post route. We have our halfback just kind of running out into the flat. And then we have our money route, which is by far the most frequently used route on this, which is our slot receiver, who's kind of doing a post route, crossing across the middle. It's kind of a deep end, but this is a great play. It is good for a good 15 yards. So anyways, as I said, just like the video yesterday, I am going to show you how to make the right read for every single potential route on this play to help you convert those fourth and longs. But without further ado, let's go ahead and hop into some coaching. Alrighty guys, so the first route that we are going to look at is probably the least common option on this play, and that is the halfback route. Considering this is a bailout play, we don't want to go for something short, and unfortunately, the halfback route is very often going to be a short pickup. However, there is one exception, and we are going to go ahead and show it here. So let's go ahead and run the play. Now, what we have here, we're going to stop right there. We have man coverage. And against man coverage, when the running back is out in the flat like that with nobody guarding him, this is the time to hit the running back. So we're going to go ahead and throw here. He's going to grab it at the sideline, and we are going to pick up about 20 yards off of the play, and that is the one time you will hit the halfback. Definitely not a common read, but it is important to know that read, because if nothing else is available, because everything else was covered, that is going to be your go-to route. But anyways, guys, let's look at the next route. All right, guys, the next route we are going to look at is wide receiver 2, which is the X route. Now, as you can see, we have press coverage. This is not a reliable streak route to just bomb it up. What you are going to look for, and this is usually my very first read on the play, you just don't get it that often, is when the corner is going to miss his jam. If the corner misses his jam, you are going to have a seam between the corner and the safety that is deep, where you can hit him with a bullet for a good 15-yard pass. So here we go. We're going to go ahead and run it. Now, right there, the corner jammed him but let go and is guarding the flat route. The only thing that's there to stop the X receiver is the safety deep. So we are going to hit him quickly with a bullet pass for a nice 20-yard gain, showing the wide receiver 2 route. All right, guys, the next route we are going to look at is wide receiver 1. That is the B receiver. This is not a common route. It's usually going to be forced, but there is this particular coverage where it is going to be money for a big gain. So let's go ahead and run it, and I will show you how to read it. So here we go. We're going to snap the play. Now, what do we see right there? We see the strong safety, who is in the top right, cutting down to guard the middle of the field, and the free safety dropping back. So we have cover 1. Now, what we have is the one-on-one on the outside with wide receiver 1 and the corner that's guarding him. And particularly the wide receiver has the inside track, so the corner is on the outside. That means when he takes his post route cut inside, we are going to have an opportunity to hit him with a bullet, and there is going to be too big of a seam between the free safety and cover one to come down and make the tackle. So here we go. We're going to hit him right when he goes to break, and he gets separation, and as you can see, he gets that hole for a big gain, and that is the best way to hit wide receiver one on this particular play. All right, guys, so the next route is to the tight end. As I said, he has three potential options: a curl route, an in route, and an out route. This is not the ideal read because it's not going to go for a ton of yards. So if you're looking for maybe somewhere between 5 to 7 yards, this can be a viable option. It works great at the goal line because the deep routes all force the secondary to drop back. But anyways, let's go ahead and take a look at it. Particularly, I like to go to this read near the goal line when you get coverage that leaves him wide alone on the out route. So here we go. We're going to watch the coverage. Now look at that. The corner who was on him is blitzing. Wide receiver 2 is covered by his corner, which means he's going to have that out route, and the free safety is not going to be able to get to him in time. So right there, when we see the corner is tied up with wide receiver 2, we're going to go ahead, hit him with a bullet pass, and that is the best way to run it to the tight end. And guys, before we get to the true money route, which is the most common route, I wanted to go ahead and show you the other time that you will hit the tight end, specifically against man coverage on the in route. So let's go ahead and run the play here. And what do we see? So right here, we've got man coverage and A, who's the slot, who's actually the best receiver on this particular play. Against man coverage, if you are facing a good secondary with a lot of speed, he can get picked off and the route can get jumped. However, that in route is a man beater, especially if you have a good tight end. So here we go. He goes on the in route and grabs enough separation to pick up a good 12 yards. Not the ideal situation. However, it is definitely something you can take if you're in man coverage and your best route is not available. All right, guys, and here we are. It is the money route. This is by far going to be the most common route that you hit, and it is going to be able to beat most coverage for a lot of yards, and that is the slot receiver, the A receiver. So let's go ahead and run it, and we're going to talk through a couple of different scenarios. So here we go. We're going to go ahead and run the play, and this is where we're going to look for it. So sometimes you are going to hit the A receiver right now. As you can see, he's clearing a zone. Nobody is there. You're going to hit him with a bullet, and he's going to be wide open right between all of those coverages. That is by far going to be the most common route that you are going to use, and it is an absolute money play, good for at least 15 yards. The one thing is sometimes there will be somebody in that zone. What you want to do is wait until he clears the final zone and hit him at the sideline if someone is there where he caught it. But we're going to stop it right there, guys. I hope you liked this video. If you did, go ahead and hit that like button. If you're new to my channel, guys, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. What you can count on is strategy content. No pack openings. We are just here to bring you gameplay tips to elevate your game and help you dominate all game modes. All of these plays were performed against high overall defenses, somewhere in the 84 to 87 range on all Madden, so you are not going to see much tighter coverages than what we've seen here. And as you can see with all of the throws to all of these routes, if you make the right read, there is very little risk of an interception because you are throwing to the open receiver. I know a lot of people are scared to pass in LVL and things like that, and I am not, because as long as you make the right reads, guys, you are going to be throwing to a wide open receiver where he'll either catch it or he won't. But if you want to see what I drop, when I drop it, go ahead and hit that bell icon to join the notification squad. I'm going to go ahead and keep trying to find a reliable money bailout play for Smash Mouth. And if I can't get it, maybe we'll do vertical tomorrow. But I love you guys. You are the best ever. I will see you tomorrow. CHF out.